Lumbar stenosis is a degenerative process in the spine. It occurs when there's excessive bony growth in the spine that ends up pinching on the spinal nerves that exit on both sides of the spine. It can create low back pain and leg pain, numbness, or tingling. The most aggravating movements are standing and then extension-based activities, so anything where you're leaning back. Today I'm going to show you the top 5 physical therapy exercises to help reduce this pain. But first, here's my medical disclaimer. Welcome back to PT Time with Tim. I'm Dr. Tim, a licensed physical therapist. We're going to start with some flexion-based movements that will help decrease the compression or pinching of the spinal nerves and help relieve the low back pain and leg pain. Our first exercise is called a dual knees to chest. So for this exercise, you'll lie on your back, lift both knees up and grab them with both hands. Let your knees fall apart so they're not together. They're about shoulder width apart. And then relax your legs completely so that your arms are going to do all the work. Gently pull both knees in towards your chest or to the sides of the chest until you feel a rounding or stretch of that low back area. So again, you'll pull those knees into the sides of the chest until you feel that gentle stretch in the back. Pause there for 3 to 5 seconds and then slowly release, only to where the elbows kind of go straight, and then repeat that. And we'll repeat that 10 to 15 times. Our next exercise is called a child's pose. So if you've ever done yoga before, I'm sure you know this one well. So I'm going to be starting out on my hands and knees. My knees are going to be wider than shoulder width because I want plenty of room in my hips here. And then I'm going to have my feet together. I'm going to start by arching my back slightly, so I'm lifting my back towards the ceiling and then sitting back onto my heels until I feel a nice low back stretch. So I should feel a stretch right here in the low back. Pausing 3 to 5 seconds and then shifting back up onto my hands. So I'm going to turn this into a repeated movement. So I'll sit back again, hold 3 to 5 seconds, and then come back up, and I'll do that for 10 to 15 repetitions. Our next exercise is cat-camel, also known as cat-cow. And for this exercise, I'm going to start on my hands and knees. My knees are shoulder width apart this time, as well as my hands. I start in a neutral back position, so my back should be mostly flat. I'm looking straight down towards the table. And then I will tighten my belly up. So I'm pulling my belly button in towards my spine, lifting my back up towards the ceiling, almost like I'm a puppet and there's a string attached to the middle part of my back and it's pulling me up. I'll pause there for just a few seconds, and then I'm going to drop back to neutral. So typically and traditionally, you'll drop into a cow or a camel, so you're arching the other direction. However, I know that with lumbar stenosis, this position, this extended position, is what will increase the pain because it closes down on the spinal nerves, so you don't want to drop down into that extended position. So we're going to modify this for y'all. We're going to just stop in the neutral position with that flat back and go from there to the arch position and just back to neutral. So we're just having this modified movement for you. And we'll do that 10 to 15 times. Our next exercise is a Piriformis Stretch. And your piriformis is one of your hip external rotators. So for this stretch, I'm going to be stretching the right side. I'll take my right foot and place it on the back of my left knee so that my knee is turned outward to the side. I'm going to grab my right knee with my hand and then take my other hand and grab my shin. And I'll pull that entire leg while maintaining the knee pointed out to the side. I'm going to pull that whole leg kind of up and across my body until I feel a nice stretch in the outer hip area. So we're going to that kind of moderate intensity stretch, holding for 30 seconds, and we'll do 3 repetitions. Our next stretch is a side-lying lumbar gapping stretch. So for this stretch, I took a pillow and I rolled it up. I'm going to tuck it next to my side, so probably do this at the edge of your bed. You're going to lie over the pillow. So ideally, you have your painful side. So if I had say I had left leg pain more than my right leg, I'm going to have my left side up towards the ceiling. I'm gonna lie over the pillow, so I'm keeping that pillow tucked into my side with my legs kind of stacked and bent in front of me. And then I'm just gonna relax. So the better that I can relax in this position, the more stretch that I feel in my low back on this left side. And what's happening is my lumbar spine, there's little windows where the spinal nerves exit, and the windows are opening maximally in this position. So you can have, so it will take pressure or any pinching or compression off of the spinal nerve on that side. So you should notice that when you're lying here and relaxing, that any of that hip pain or back pain on that side decreases, and we hold this stretch for 5 to 10 minutes because it's purely just a relaxation stretch. If you're looking for additional stretches to help your low back pain, go check out my other low back pain video. Thanks for stopping by PT Time with Tim as you continue on your pathway to living a pain-free, active, and adventurous lifestyle.